Yes, we are here having fun, and we say fuck the world. We're back together as mates. Awesome.
Yes. Cheers.
Well, the Ruskin Arm was obviously like the bastion of Iron Maiden. That's where we started in Manor Park, East London, and the governor there at the time was Joe Lucy. He was like a welterweight champion, like a Lonsdale belt holder. I used to box up there myself in the gym upstairs. So we went and played up there, and it was fantastic. And we went up there. We was our own crowds in East London. You know, people would come from all over, come and see us. And it was sold out. It was great. It was like something new. It was all happening. You know, it was quite exciting. So we'd put on more of a show than ever. And we had our geezer Dave Lights, who'd done our lighting for us. He'd done all these like all the flash bombs and everything in bloody orange crates on the front of the stage by the monitors. We got upstairs, I got a pair of leather trousers on. I spent 60 quid on them fuckers. And I wore them for the first night, and he let the flash bombs off, and they all melted and burnt all my bollocks. That was the first night we played back at the Ruskin as Iron Maiden properly. So loads of stuff goes on. You forget loads, but somebody will remind you of it. So they was all haphazard, but I think the sheer enthusiasm of the band and the sheer wanting and love of playing and the love we was getting from the fans, and we're giving back equally as much. And we had a lot of fans even back then, in them days. When the album came out, it just went astronomical, but it was unbelievable. You felt, I don't know, I think I could safely say for the first time in my life I sort of felt I was worth something. That's just cool. Yeah, Cart and Horses we played, I remember that's the first time I'd actually had my hair cut. I had long hair, well, sort of longish. And I had a job working as a paint sprayer, spraying oil drums. And I got a blowback that afternoon. I fucking shit myself. We were playing the Cart and Horses that night, and I'd never played there before. Maiden had with the other members, but I'd never done it. It was my sort of debut. And I had all fucking green paint in my hair and everything. So that was the first time I had it all cut out and had it all spiking, all sticking up, yeah. Which I used to mohawk it before, but I let it grow for a bit. But I'm like, I'll sort of add that out. So that was quite funny. Going on stage like that, and plus being the debut for me at the Cart and Horses, it was good. It was. It's hard to explain because you've got to be there to capture it. You know what I mean? But it's great. I'm up on stage. I'm like, wow, having this, and there's all these kids up and giving all this right up in your face, and the old air guitar was the big one in them days, and it was fantastic. As I said, I went home feeling that there is life after drudgery, if you know what I mean, or a life on the dole in East London.
PaulDi'annowheelchair, the vocalist who sang with Iron Maiden on their earliest releases. According to reports, they are saying that he has died at the age of 66. Paul's death was confirmed in a note that was shared on his official Facebook page by the metal label Conquest Music on behalf of Dianno's family. It said Dianno, whose real name was Paul Andrews, died at his home in Salisbury, England, and Conquest Music are proud to have heard Paul in our artist family and ask his legion of fans to raise a glass in his memory. The label said no cause of death was given, though the statement did mention that Dianno had been troubled by severe health-related issues in the recent past years that restricted him to performing in a wheelchair like you can see on the screen. And even still, he continued to play shows around the world, racking up well over 100 shows since 2023, despite announcing his retirement of sorts in 2020. Dianno joined Iron Maiden in 1978 at a point when the still-fledgling group had been performing for several years but had yet to settle on a steady lineup. Dianno's gruff voice proved a perfect fit for the blistering songs bassist Steve Harris was writing at a time. He, by the way, sang on Iron Maiden's first several releases, including their 1979 EP, The Roundhouse Tapes, and their 1980 self-titled debut, which put them at the forefront of a new era of British heavy metal that actually even hit in the US and other parts of the world. Paul, along with providing vocals, contributed to lyrics to several tracks, including the successful singles "Running Free" and "Sanctuary." They also Maiden came out and released a statement that read, "We are all deeply saddened to learn about the passing of Paul Di'annowheelchair earlier today. Paul's contribution to Iron Maiden was immense and helped us set us on the path we have been traveling as a band for almost 5 decades. His pioneering presence as a frontman and vocalist, both on stage and on our first 2 albums, will be very fondly remembered, not just by us, but by fans around the world. Rest in power, the king. That is Paul Di'annowheelchair."